Germany has the largest economy of any country in Europe and has been pivotal to the success of the European Union. However, the German economic situation is changing shape, as new data just released is now indicating a slowdown. Their economy has been underperforming for months, and the manufacturing sector has been declining steadily, indicating that a major recession might be just around the corner. According to many economists, the German economy has been faltering, and the current instability in the global markets is only adding to their economic troubles. Their GDP has contracted, which has raised concerns among many economists that the country might be headed for a recession. Much like Japan, Germany has a reputation of being one of the largest automobile producers in the world, making up a significant portion of their economy. This means that when the demand for cars drops, the German economy also suffers. German cars are losing their reputation as their competitors are offering better alternatives, on top of the fact that German-made cars are quite expensive. The developing trend of self-driving and electric cars could have a big impact on the economy if German automakers don't evolve to catch up with the competition. The fate of the German automobile industry remains unknown, but if the trend continues, the whole industry will be crippled to an extent where it may be impossible to reverse the situation. The demographic shifts in the German populace seem to be leading to a significant loss in manpower. This will only add more problems to their economy. We've seen a substantial population increase of immigrants who are using up the country's resources without really contributing to the economy. Germany also has a large population of elderly people compared to the young, energetic segment of the population that contributes labor to the economy. Right now, the European Union has a lot of challenges, especially after the exit of Britain from the Union. This is threatening the German manufacturing sector, whose main market is the members of the European Union. There have been many economic challenges, and low interest rates introduced by the European central banks have not solved these financial problems. The UK was a pillar of the EU, and their exit has raised anti-European Union sentiment. This raises the risk of more members withdrawing, which could cripple the EU, where Germany has a huge market. This is a major threat to the stability of the German economy, and as of now, many companies have a pessimistic outlook on the economy. This raises the chances of an economic recession for the first time since 2013, as we're seeing more and more indicators of an economic meltdown in Germany in the near future. The manufacturing sector in Germany has also been hurt by the US-China trade war, causing exports to fall, which in turn has caused a contraction in the manufacturing sector, as factories are now receiving fewer orders for their goods. This slowdown has also reached the German services sector, and many companies providing various services have reported declines in business. This has made them far more skeptical about economic growth in Germany. Many economists say that the German manufacturing sector is close to recession territory, a ripple effect that's being felt throughout the whole economy. It seems clear that a substantial economic recession is just around the corner for Germany. Global economic performance has been slowing down as the US-China trade war intensifies. We're also seeing trade tensions between the United States and the European Union, as well as emerging markets. We're also seeing trade tensions between the United States and the European Union, as well as emerging markets. Britain has also left the EU without a comprehensive agreement, which could have a huge impact on the economy. Because as a member of the European Union, Britain used to buy a lot of German goods. This might not be the case anymore. The German car manufacturing industry has been lagging behind in technology and innovation. If they don't transition into the production of electric cars, the economy may be in great danger. The vast German industrial areas are beginning to suffer from severe shortages in talented workers, especially in the IT sector. The Chinese economy is also transitioning from the production of basic commodities to the production of high-end tech products like autonomous vehicles, and there is a high risk that Germany will lose this race to the Chinese. The Chinese economy relies on cheap labor from its massive population, which is mainly what makes their products cheaper. If Germany isn't careful, China will rise as a giant of automobile production, bringing stiff competition to German companies, which are already facing many challenges as it is. Numbers show that the demand for German-made goods has declined worldwide, as global fallout in the trade sector is drastically reducing the demand for German cars. On top of this, we have issues like global warming, which reduce the demand for traditional German-made diesel cars, as more people are buying zero-emission electric cars. This could cause widespread unemployment, as hundreds of thousands of German jobs depend on the success of their auto industry. This could easily become one of the worst economic collapses ever experienced in Germany. Being an export economy, any trade wars and frictions in global trade will always affect Germany, as they are a leading exporter of luxury cars, making them more vulnerable to general economic downturns. Slowdowns in international trade are the main reason why Germany's economy is underperforming, as any trade tensions between the US, China, and the EU will always interfere with the performance of the German economy. It is also important to note that China is the third largest buyer of German goods. In recent years, the Chinese economy has faced many challenges, and their growth has already slowed down significantly. This in turn has reduced the number of German-made car sales in China. As 2020 unfolds, Germany will have more worries, as the trade wars and cuts in interest rates are influencing the global markets. Europe's largest economy might find itself in a recession as these situations remain uncertain, especially with the recent outbreak that has disrupted global supply chains. The banking sector in Germany is facing chaotic times as consumer confidence is dropping. With each passing week, things are getting worse. Germany is known as the economic powerhouse of Europe and the largest locomotive producer in Europe. But this might not be the case if the economic slowdown continues. The world's fourth largest economy is in declining condition, and the consequences might be felt even outside its borders. The stagnating economy of Germany will make the Eurozone markets more unstable, as members tend to be more protectionist during such times. This could destabilize global trade even further as the US-China trade war continues. This is already one of the most dangerous economic trends of 2020, as the German economy has already begun to destabilize. Industrial production numbers are reaching historic lows. Output is dropping, and a few months ago, many companies cut thousands of jobs. The financial sector is also in problematic territory, as banks like the Deutsche Bank struggle to stay afloat. This has prompted them to cut thousands of jobs. It may be a matter of time before Germany is called the sick man of Europe, and their economic collapse will have a profound effect globally. Germany's economic slowdown could make the European Union weaker than ever. For years, Germany has been their largest economy and a major contributor to the success of the EU. Many countries within the European Union could also experience economic downturns of their own, considering that Germany is a sizable trading partner to countries like Italy, where goods worth over £120 billion flow between the two countries every year. Italy has been stuck with practically zero economic growth for the last 2 decades, and the slowdown in Germany will hit Italy's already weak economy. This has the potential to trigger an economic recession in Italy. Germany's leading economists are expecting a major slowdown in 2020. This increases the pressure on the government to respond to slow growth trends now by taking on more debt to support the country's spending. However, the laws in Germany limit the government when it comes to taking on debt, putting pressure on German politicians to come up with a balanced budget. Still, economists are arguing that the government must launch economic stimulus programs to jumpstart their economy. But despite any intervention by the central banks, an economic collapse may be unavoidable. The economy is in dire condition. Exports are declining, jobs are being cut, and consumer confidence is declining. It might be a matter of time before this reality catches up with Germany. On top of Germany, we also have other countries like China, Japan, and South Korea, which have slowing economies as well. It is impossible to have bloated economies forever. Who knows? The economic collapse in Germany might even trigger a global recession.